Friends, buckle up because we're diving headfirst into the dumpster fire that is Trump's second term. In January 2025, he unleashed a trio of executive orders aimed squarely at the heart of diversity, equity, inclusion, and accessibility initiatives. These weren't just love taps, folks, these were haymakers aimed at dismantling decades of progress. Remember Executive Order 11246? Signed back in 1965, it was supposed to be the kryptonite to workplace discrimination, particularly when it came to race and sex. Well, Trump's orders basically told 11246 to hold its beer. This has sent shockwaves through the system, leaving everyone from federal agencies to contractors scrambling. The message is clear: DEIA is out, and fear is back on the menu. Critics are sounding the alarm, arguing that these orders create a chilling effect on employers who might even think about promoting equality. It's like a giant "don't even try it" sign plastered over the whole idea of fairness. And it doesn't stop there. These orders have tentacles reaching into our schools and universities, potentially jeopardizing equal access to education for all. Because, who needs a diverse pool of educated citizens in the 21st century? It's enough to make your head spin. Let's be clear, Trump's assault on DEIA isn't just about paperwork or bureaucratic reshuffling. It's about chipping away at the very foundation of anti-discrimination efforts that have been hard-won over generations. Remember those separate but equal days? No? Well, some people seem hell-bent on giving us a crash course. By rolling back protections and creating a climate of uncertainty, these policies threaten to drag us back to a time when discrimination was the norm, not the exception. It's like someone found a time machine, went back to the 1950s, grabbed the worst ideas and brought them back as souvenirs. The impact is already being felt. Federal contractors, no longer bound by clear anti-discrimination guidelines, are left in a legal gray area. This lack of clarity can easily lead to discriminatory practices in hiring, promotion, and even access to essential services. And as the federal government takes a giant step backward, it sends a dangerous message to states and private institutions. Discrimination? Not our problem anymore. This trickle-down effect could erode decades of progress and leave marginalized communities vulnerable to the whims of those in power. Alright folks, let's talk about education. Trump's been banging the school choice drum pretty loudly lately. Sounds catchy, right? Who wouldn't want more choices? But here's the thing. Trump's brand of school choice smells a lot like a recipe for educational segregation. Imagine a system where public schools, already starved for resources, get even less funding because money is being funneled into private and charter schools. Now, imagine those private schools being able to cherry-pick students based on whatever criteria they choose. Not exactly a recipe for equality, is it? This system could create a two-tiered education system, one for the haves and one for the have-nots. And guess who usually ends up on the wrong side of that divide? But that's not all, folks. Trump and his buddies also have their sights set on cutting federal funding for schools that dare to teach about race and gender ideology. Because apparently, acknowledging the existence of different races and gender identities is a bridge too far in 2025. Hold on to your hats, folks, because we're about to enter the world of Trump's immigration policies. And spoiler alert, it's not pretty. Trump's promised a big, beautiful wall and the largest deportation in history. And let's just say he's not known for breaking his promises, even if those promises are terrifying. His policies, including the infamous Remain in Mexico policy, are designed to make life as difficult as possible for immigrants, particularly those from Latinx communities. Imagine fleeing violence and persecution in your home country, only to be told to wait in dangerous conditions in Mexico, while your asylum case crawls through the U.S. immigration system. That's the reality for countless families under Trump's policies. And it gets worse. The administration has also floated the idea of making it harder for undocumented students to attend college. Because nothing says land of opportunity like slamming the door on education. These policies aren't just cruel, they're deliberately designed to target and marginalize Latinx communities. It's about creating a climate of fear and uncertainty. About sending a message that they're not welcome here. And that, my friends, is a dangerous and slippery slope toward a more divided and unequal society.